back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Ollie Gordon, Miami Dolphins rookie running back, who has been ascending so far. Strong preseason week 1, got stronger in week 2, kind of doing a lot of things that I really, wanted to see from him. That it looked more like his 2023 college version out there, which is big. This was just strong run. I think being very decisive is a big thing for him, and he was showing good vision. Those are like the two main things that have been very impressive for me in the early watchings. Is he is being he's processing at a quality level, and being physical. The vision is all there, and I know some people will probably they'll argue over him already being running back too. I want to say one, I don't think that will be the case. I think the Dolphins are still going to roll with Jalen Wright, but I will say we need to see this in the regular season. I think both those guys, obviously Achan's still the number one, but I think both of those guys need to get a shot in regular season behind this. But we need to see the same context because they are going behind different offensive lines and they are going against different level of talents throughout these games, getting different looks. I think potentially seeing them in a regular season game, both getting a handful of carries to feel out who actually can win that job, I think is going to be, more of the best course of action for that RB2 job. I still think it's remained to be seen, but he's doing a lot of good things. Specifically, seeing it, the vision's been nice. He's doing it on outside zone, inside zone, some gap scheme stuff. He just is showing some nice stuff here. Just working off, reading the leverage of this block. Boom, makes this cut and is able to then get up into space. And he just does a good job pressing the blocks and then exploding to what he needs to do and then getting upfield vertically. He presses up this, makes that initial cut, presses on this one where the block is happening on 27 and is able to accelerate through, just change up that angle to get away from 41 who's kind of getting off of his block there and get up through the hole and then finish on the safety, drop your shoulder pads. This is something because he is a taller back. Sometimes he will play with that high pad level, but it's nice to see when he can drop the pad level onto someone, he can finish, break tackles, just a good play strength, contact balance, all of that good stuff that you want to see from him. This was probably my favorite run of his of the day because it was a short yardage situation. They needed to gain 1 yard. He quickly identifies this open hole, 43 pushing out. So he's getting the ball and he's already changed up his angle, opening up his hips to the outside, sticks that foot in the ground to get a one-on-one with a DB, better space to work with. And he sets us up to the outside. Look at him create this angle. A lot of guys, I think, in this situation would try to stay tight, and I think his shoulders, his hip would be a little more pointed inward, but he points it enough outward to basically go run straight at the DB, which leaves him there and even makes him take a step to the outside just by his angle, which then, boom, he's able to stick that foot in the ground and then get upfield vertically. If his first angle was more to the inside, this space in here would have been restricted, so he's doing a lot of the little stuff pretty well. A lot of subtle nuances to create a little bit of extra space, and he sticks out on the ground. Really good footwork and just great explosiveness. I think he moved he'll have these runs randomly where he just has really solid footwork, is able to change those move togethers and basically makes both guys miss at the same time. Gets downhill and also not going down at first contact. The linebacker gets on him from behind. He's still falling forward for an extra few yards after contact. Really nice play there from Gordon. I have been quite impressed with him. Also, doing some stuff on outside zone. Those were more of those inside zone style runs. Just reading leverage, I think, pretty well. Looks like they're trying to get a mid zone, but he's already working on that sift to get off the back of 87, hitting this backside. And if 43 is able to stay attached, which he's not, so this it's kind of on that. But he makes the correct read, get down the line of scrimmage, make this cut where you want to. 43 for some reason just doesn't keep hands on. This guy's 50, he's able to shed, and he just drops his pad level into this guy. Drop his pad level, run him over, fall forward for a few extra yards. Love seeing that. He's another one that I think he's done a good job with his vision. And when the plays aren't there necessarily, because not every run has been super big, but I feel he's done a good job for the most part of turning runs that might have been 0 or 1 yard gains into 2 to 3 yard gains, which those things end up mattering and are more important than people think. The hidden yardages, if you can add that extra ones, and then obviously the runs that maybe could have been 3 or 4 yards turning to 5, 6, and taking that opportunity when things just aren't blocked up as well, he can pick up a couple extra yards. He's not going to be a huge creator in a lot of situations, but he can grind out those hard tough nose yards, which I think the Dolphins kind of need from that running back position. Like here's another one, just making a good quick read on outside zone. You know, you're reading mid zone, kind of like he's starting on like these defenders. These guys got outside leverage. The edge is set. He's already kind of predicting the cutback, reading the flow of this play. He sees 50 cross face. He sticks that foot in the ground, makes him miss with a lateral cut, and then he's able to chain it back to get upfield vertically. Because sometimes it's tough when you do make this cut right here. This guy's coming in unblocked. You might just run into him, but he's able to stick that foot in the ground immediately, not have any false steps, and still get upfield vertically to fall forward for an extra yard or two, which is nice. Because this could have been a play that would have went for like 0, but he is able to make that first guy miss and just get upfield, maximize your potential gain in those situations. Also, just a very reliable receiver. I think this will give him a chance. I think pass pro wise, comparing like HN not going to pass pro. They don't even ask HN to pass pro, so it's not even worth talking about. They don't really ask the running backs to pass pro in general that much, so I don't think it's that big of a deal for Miami. But Jalen Wright and Ollie Gordon both had high level reps of pass pro in college, but were very inconsistent. Being so to me, that could be a potential game changer. But where Gordon probably has the edge, I mean, Wright would be better, I think, at getting him the ball in space because he's so explosive. But Gordon's the more reliable hands catcher. Like he is very reliable in these situations, catching the ball with his hands and making some plays. And so far, he's been a pretty solid receiver in his targets and has made some decently big plays down the field, and that's just one of them. And then here's another solid like outside zone read. Maybe takes an initial false step to the outside. But just reading him in line down. Boom, his eyes here, outside leverage. Then eyes flash to 90. Outside leverage. He sinks those hips, makes a jump cut, get back vertical. And look how he like bends around this. He gets back and then bend around to get back on that path up the field. Because a lot of guys, it's just the little angles, like every part of your body, the details, it all matters. And it might not seem like much, but a lot of running backs might make that jump cut, and they'll be like a yard more to the inside, and that would not allow this run to fall forward for an extra few yards. They might pick up an extra yard or two. He's able to fall forward for an extra 3 in that situation because he makes the right read, the bend around it. He stays as tight to the block as possible, and then is able to not get hit as maybe as soon as he possibly would if he was a little bit closer to the inside. So the subtle details are all there for Ollie. I think that's something that's been the most impressive to the preseason stuff. Now can it carry over to the regular season? Who knows? A lot of stuff can change. You're going to higher level. But I think with the Madison injury, he's at least going to see some short yardage work and will probably, I think, just get more touches as the season goes on. And you never know what happens with injuries. He's definitely going to get at least to play at some point in the season, which is pretty good for a 6th-round rookie. So yeah. Oh, make sure leave a like, comment, all that good stuff for the YouTube algorithm. Let me know what else you guys want to see. I'll definitely, I think probably when this is posted, I'll have streamed that day, so I don't even know what I'll have talked about. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe.